So what you're seeing in the background is about a minute of real-time rune farming sped up, and yeah, this is a pretty good feeling. Though while a few of you might know where this is, the how is just as important. Also, you can farm runes while AFK. Let's do this thing. So, step one in getting to the spot that I was averaging around 4 million runes per hour, which feels absurd to say, given that you can come here at about, I don't know, level 40 or so? I mean, technically you could go straight here from near the start of the game, though you'd have a little bit of trouble, but it's ridiculous how early this location is accessible relative to how productive it is. And just how many ways you can speed up actually farming here. So, firstly, let's unlock it, shall we? You can either find a teleport gate in the Mountaintop of Giants, but obviously that's way late game, and we want to get here as soon as possible, and for that we need to complete a fairly quick, fairly easy, fairly basic quest line. And that quest line is with this lovely fellow.
You are maidenless, after all.
What a guy. So he is the one that's kind of just waiting there to have a chat with you when you first enter the world of Elden Ring, quite literally the first steps. He'll either be there or he will have left a message when you return asking you to go to the Church of the Rose in Liurnia. So, of course, we go to the Church of the Rose in Liurnia. He'll be there waiting outside and he'll ask you how you feel about the fingers. Tell him that you're not too sure about the fingers. And in return, he'll give you some bloody fingers, 5 of them, and send you on your merry way to use them. Now these will let you invade another player's world and make them regret ever daring to summon in help from a friend. So you have to do 3 invasions. My 3 invasions had 3 very different outcomes. Killed a guy with a spell from miles away while he was hiding in a sewer, got absolutely suddenly 2-man ganked out of nowhere, and then had one guy disconnect. But hey, they all count, so isn't that a wonderful little test there? After your 3, head back to him, and he will be very pleased with you, and you say that, yes, I'd love to join your little kill people club, at which point you'll get a cloth to go soak in maiden's blood, but you don't have a maiden, as he loves to remind you over and over and over again. So what we have to do is head to the literal start of the game, which we can get back there via the 4 belfries. There is a spell sword key at the very top if you need one, and it is the very next highest one up. Activate it and go through the portal, and we will be in the Church of Anticipation. At the very end, past the very relatively easy mini-boss, is the maiden from the very beginning cutscene, now very dead, but still filled with blood for our purposes. That's a sentence I never thought I would say in a video. So, once that's soaked, go back to him once more, and he'll be very pleased with you, and properly induct you into this little blood club. And as a reward for that, you will get given a medallion which will teleport you to the Palace of Luminary Moog. But hey, he does have this to say.
You mustn't use it just yet.
So, of course, we immediately use it and get teleported here under Caelid to a very awful place filled with, yeah, literally blood. We want to be then running from where you start in an arc round the back, heading eventually to this slope at the opposite side. So from the very first grace, which is just up the steps in front of you, well, do that running arc round. There are a lot of painful enemies here, so try very much not to get hit by anything, and then once you arrive, you are ready to go. This slope basically contains like 20 or so almost passive, very squishy, very easy to poise break, spam attack, kill dudes that are worth 2,000 or so runes each. Now there are a few actually active guards that can be quite painful, so avoid or kill them as best you can. You don't need to go as far down the slope to aggro them, you can just kill the first sort of 5, 6, 7 or so of these guys, then reset for a much easier earlier game rune farm experience. But all in all, you get yourself somewhere in the region of like 70 to 80,000 runes every single time you rest at the bonfire, and you can do a run in about 30-40 seconds. Yeah. You want to, of course, get the gold scarab, which increases your runes by 20%. We have a video on where to get that, but for a very quick, here it is. It is in this cave in Caelid, so that will exponentially speed up this already incredibly quick process. But the best way to speed up this already exceptionally quick process is to be a sorcerer with the Cannon of a Highness spell. This will blow them all up, and if you're high enough level, it will one-shot them. If not, you'll need 2 blasts, but basically it's a huge AoE knockdown that prevents them from retaliating and just cleaves through their ranks, which is how I get the about 4 million runes an hour average, because this thing really cleans house. And if you're going to rune farm for long enough, if you want to just immediately get to your endgame build, it's not the end of the world to respec to do this cannon spam and then respec into your actual build once you have enough runes. There is an even better way to farm this, but it requires beating the game and using a weapon that you can only get then, so that's not exactly the most viable, because by then you probably don't need to rune farm. In any case, this is this, and it's ridiculous. Have fun. Just to throw in an alternative bonus method, though, there is a cave, a catacomb in Caelid that is only accessible once you have beat Radahn. Then you can go to the very north, middle of the desert, and find yourself in the War Dead catacombs. Here there is a ton of ghost spirits fighting each other that give over 3,000 runes a kill. But the thing is, they're already killing each other, so what you can literally do, run around for a bit, find a nice safe corner, crouch down and hide, and then for the next sort of half an hour or so, you will just absorb all of the runes as they finish each other off. You can only do this for a maximum of about 20 to 30 minutes before they stop fighting, but hey, you get about 100,000 runes in that time, which is quite an effective way to literally AFK farm. It beats the best rune farm at the very start of the game when everyone was still figuring this stuff out by literally doing nothing. So I feel like that's quite a fun one to enjoy. And obviously, if you want to actually wade in yourself and kill them while they're killing each other, that will make this spot quite efficient too. Obviously not as good as the one we talked about first, but just the fact there exists a way to literally AFK farm runes, I feel like is something definitely worth mentioning. So there you go, everybody. Let me know how your rune farming is going on. Like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more. Please consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below. It keeps us going and it means the absolute world. Until we meet again, a goodbye.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.